What's up, guys? Welcome back to Roleplay One Shots. Going into hour number 3 here. Jeff, please tell me there are no more Warrior Jesus dreams.
No more.
Okay.
That was the dream. So
Perfect.
morning kind of comes around, and you can, Scooticus stayed up all night sharpening his blades by firelight, being a badass. Nothing unusual happens, Scooticus. So the sun kind of comes up far off in the distance here. Some kind of rooster, some shit or whatever sound I just made.
It's actually just me as the rooster calling.
There you are. You turned into a rooster to wake everybody up.
Yep, a mountainous rooster, but continue on.
And Spec Person the Third kind of makes his rounds around the house. He comes into the room. Scooticus, you're first to see him in full plate. He looks extremely well put together, just like you saw him before. And he says, Spec Person the Third wants to wish you a good morning.
Good morning, Spec Person the Third. How's the arm?
I haven't taken a thumping like that in a long time, but it's straightened out. You banged me real good, but it's fine now.
Well played, well played.
And as they say this, the door opens, and Token walks in. And he sits down, and he doesn't say anything, and he kind of looks at you guys, and just starts to kind of twiddle his thumbs and sit there. Okay? And then Spec Person the Third goes off, knocks on the door of Barnacle, and says, we're all assembling here. You want to come out? Spec Person the Third says.
I moved all the furniture in front of the door last night when I had drunk strength, and now I can't move it away.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'll come in through the window and help you move that stuff.
Super.
So just hang tight, Spec Person the Third says, and he makes his way to the door where Corwin and Rod are sleeping, and he knocks on that and he says, Rod, we're all assembling, Spec Person the Third says. You want to come out?
I ask if you would like to come in and be with
Spec
us.
Person the Third kind of shrugs, and he says, okay, and he opens the door and walks in. Light's coming in through the window at this point in time. Corwin is still asleep, and he looks at you, and he goes, Spec Person the Third is aghast! My God! And what do you do, Rod?
I see you've noticed me, and I'm glad that you see the power that God can give you.
No,
as my hands are clamped together, is what he notices, and he comes over and prays along with me. That would be so good.
Sorry, Rod. That's a cute attempt, but actually, Spec, he's like, your face, it's, your whole face is burnt, son. It's burnt to a crisp. It's, you look like an overdone hot dog. It's like you're hideous. Rod, you.
What, why are you saying my face is hideous?
So, Rod, I guess, Rod, are you trying to argue with the DM about what has happened to you? Is that what you're doing? I know this is your first D&D, but you can't. This is what's happened, so how do you react?
I'm sad that my face is hideous. I never knew that until right now. I was told right now that I'm hideous. I thought this whole time I was at least kind of okay, but now I'm on the verge of that crying state from before.
I burst in the room all sweaty and stressed out. I'm like, yo, guys, I moved the furniture, but holy crap, Rod, your face. Is that what you were screaming about last night in your sleep?
No,
you were having that dream while that stuff happened?
That was Jesus, and he was yelling at me, but now my face is all messed up. And
look. I don't know what you got into. Your face is bent. You went in here, it wasn't. You're weird as shit, man, but just get your stuff. We're assembling outside. We need to get this necromancer. So we go walking out, and they meet up, or Spec Person the Third sees Scooticus. He sees Token. Now, Token, JP, what do? You're outside at the tree, sitting in grass.
Yeah, I just, I pull out my halfling pipe leaf and have a good morning and wait for the rest of the crew to assemble.
But do you make your way inside?
No, I wait for them to come outside. I'm quite comfortable under the tree.
Okay, so everyone kind of gets their things together, and they start making their way outside. And as they step outside, The two tokens lock eyes, and it is a moment of incredible awkwardness. What do you guys do?
So I see a token that looks exactly like me.
He's wearing the same stuff. He is you. He looks exactly like you.
I like pull the pipe leaf out. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
As Token says this aghast, and everyone kind of freezes in place, this Token that was with the group pulls out a knife and makes like he's going to stab. Here's what I'll do. On a 1-2, well, I'll just Scooticus. He makes a stab you. Scooticus, what do you do?
Well, I obviously realize that Stoner Token is still outside under the tree, so this must be maybe even the Necromancer playing tricks on us. He's ahead of the game here. I did notice Rod's face. I've seen it before. Obviously, he got in a fight with Warrior Jesus in a dream, and he got fucking smacked by the Warrior Jesus. So I kind of look up and give him a thumbs up. Meanwhile, I pull my sword, and I'm like, change out of this disguise, or I will run you through to the clone token.
Okay, so make a... I mean, he pulled out a knife. He looks exactly like Token, but I guess you're going to once again kind of threaten him. So what do you think, JP? A strength test?
I mean, he's got to defy danger in some sense.
Yeah, I want you to do a dexterity test, because he's actually stabbing at you.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you can get out of it however you want in terms of defy danger, Scoots,
yeah.
but...
Okay, so I just say that, and then he decides how he's going to try to do it.
Right. And I'll give you the options here so you have a better understanding, Scott. One of those options, and you can use whatever stat you want to get out of it.
And I will tell you, I'm going to give you a -1 because of surprise.
Okay, now, can I use this heirloom that lets me use my weapon to get insight related to the situation? Or is that not worth it?
I mean, that's probably up to Jeff.
What would I use?
So what is
that
it?
For?
Describe it for me. Lawyer it.
Heirloom. When you consult the spirits that reside within your signature weapon, they will give you an insight relating to the current situation and might ask you some questions in return. And then I got to roll against my.
What I would tell you is, if the situation was like more developing, yes, but this is just a guy who's been revealed as. He's surprising you, and his first reaction is to pull out a knife and jut it at you. So you've got, you're making a snap call.
Okay, so this wouldn't be that. This would be more like, okay, I understand now. Okay, so let me read what JP just said. Give me a second. Well, I'm going to...
looking up for your stuff.
I want to power through it then, because that's my best stat, I would think.
You're going to try to just fucking man up against this knife.
I'm trying to cut his fucking arm off, because he's fucking coming at me with a knife.
Okay, so how would you do that, JP?
I mean, I would say you still do power through it because you're going to attack him, but
and then I give the narrative based on the roll.
Yeah. If it's a partial success, then he gets stabbed in the process. If he clears, then he overpowers him some sort. If he fails, he pulls out his axe and hasn't used it in a while or something, or didn't sleep and's tired and he drops his axe. You kind of make that up narratively.
Right, from the knife attack.
Well, yeah, and you take damage. Yeah.
Okay. All right, go for it, Scott.
So again, I'm using my strength, so this is going to be 2d6 plus 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Boom. So this guy just immediately whips out this little blade and he makes to stab at your jugular, but you rip out your sword like a trained soldier, and you actually slice his hand off as you just disarm him. The hand holding the knife, his hand just gets cut off immediately. And strange green blood comes spurting out of it, and he immediately clasps his hand, backing away from you. And as you're watching him, another hand regrows out of it, again looking like Token's hand, but obviously the jig's up. So he actually turns and starts to run. It's not like a super tight village, but he's making way to try to get lost. So he's going to run through there. So what do you guys do?
So I see Scooticus take out it's a sword, right? That's what you're using, Scott?
Yeah, sword.
So I just see this guy's hand get chopped off, and then he gets a new one, and he starts taking off. It looks exactly like me.
Yep. And you're really far away, by the way. You're like 30 feet away across the way.
I mean, I would
he's
say
not towards you.
I would say for my character, I'm enjoying my halfling pipe leaf, so I'm just thinking that I'm
You're
like,
just gonna puff.
I think I'm on another fucking level right now, and I'm just like, just sucking in another drag. Yeah, so that's my
Barnacle.
action.
He's actually he's running in your direction to get out of there. It looks like he's running right at you. What do you do?
Well, I know I'm not going to be able to keep up with him, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon a monster, ideally some sort of hound that can pursue him and track him down and subdue him. So
Okay.
I'm going to... Do I have to roll to summon the monster?
Any spell that you cast, yes. Is that level 3 spell? What is that?
That's my 5th level wizard spell.
So being level 3, you only have access to.
Oh, well, god
first and
damn it.
second
Never mind
and
then.
third.
I'm going to try and sleep him, actually, again. Let's see if my sleep works this time.
Cool. So
Did you forget that? Or no, it's a new day, I
It's
guess.
a new day, so that's
A new
what
day.
she memorized, yeah. So you roll a 2d6 plus intelligence, which I think is an 18 for you. So it's 2d6 plus 3 to see if the spell happens.
Whoop!
You gotta
Nope,
put
gotta roll.
the slash roll, yeah.
Ooh.
Fuck, man, what is with your rolls?
So Barnacle moves out of the way of this running guy. He's now running with both hands normal because it just regrew.
And you need to roll a d4 to see how many people it hits, besides the...
Oh, yeah, it is in the area. So go ahead, roll a d4.
Yeah, that's part of the spell.
Okay, so 4 people. So
Oh my god.
Barnacle
everyone.
fucking starts waving her fingers around again, and then like Hadoukens a gust of just what looks like kind of a dusty wind, and it nails him, and he corkscrews and falls down, passed out, like he's just blackout drunk. But then the dusty wind like explodes off of him and actually hits Corwin. Rod is in that area as well, and the knight. What is his name? Spec Person. So Spec Person immediately goes, Spec Person is tired. And he falls asleep and he falls on his face. Corwin just crumples to the ground. Rod, what do you do when you fall asleep?
I try to fall on top of both of them to protect them.
Okay, so Rod's final thoughts as he's
Protect him.
losing consciousness is to collapse on top of them to give cover with his body. And he's, you know what, roll a dexterity check. That's actually a good one.
This is to see if he's landing on the bodies?
Yeah, he's trying to control his body to cover them.
So 2d6,
So
what is your dexterity is 8, which is
Yeah, 8, so
minus 1.
negative.
So roll 2d6 minus 1.
Come on, Rod.
5, yeah.
So
Oh,
Rod's
no.
final thoughts are, oh, give cover to them. He tries to fall asleep, but ends up not controlling his body at all. And he's already got a burnt up face, but he falls and actually breaks his nose, smashing his nose in as well. So Rod, mark your sheet because you're at a -3 charisma for having a burnt face. And until you get someone to properly set your nose, you're going to be at -4. So you can get medical attention for the nose one, okay?
That's also XP, so I think Rod has...
He's like almost leveled.
3... He hasn't leveled yet. I'll tally the XP and
Okay.
send it to you. You
So
can
Rod
go.
face plants hard and is now at -4 charisma and shatters his nose. Blood spills out, but he's totally fine otherwise. He meant well.
Is he bleeding on the dead people? Or the
No,
sleeping
because
people around him?
he tried to land on them, but he
He
failed
missed
miserably.
him.
So he's just covering himself in his own gore. Scudicus and Token, you guys, this thing happens, and Barnacle, excuse me. 4 people passed out around you, including the assailant. So what do you do?
Well, I'm over by the tree, so I just see 4 people drop.
Yep.
And Scudicus and you said Barnacle are just standing there?
Barnacle just waved her fingers and dropped these 4 guys, and Scudicus, all he's done is severed the guy's hand and is standing there with his sword drawn, I guess.
Yeah, I stand up very so slowly and collect my stuff and start walking towards them. Because obviously something's fucking awry, and I don't know what that is, but I don't want to make any harsh actions. So I'm just
Alright.
slowly walking towards them.
Barnacle, Scudicus?
Well, I yell over to Token, hey, nice to fucking see you, man. You want to maybe come on over, give us a hand, stoner boy? I turn to Barnacle, good job, way to put him to sleep. I am going to try to cut his head off. So how do I go about doing that?
You want to cut... Well,
I want to cut the clone
you say that?
guy's head off, yeah.
You say that?
I thought
yeah.
he was trying to just do
He
that.
says he wants to cut his head off, and he makes his way over there, I guess. Does anyone want to say anything or do anything?
No, I guess I just let it happen.
Barnacle?
No, it's all good.
Okay, so the guy's completely passed out. So Scuticus, I don't think there's any roll that needs to happen. You're going to attempt to cut his head off?
Yeah, I want to see if that'll actually kill him. Obviously, his hand grew back, so I know that, just puncturing him somewhere probably won't kill him, so I want to sever his head.
All right, you walk over there. Your sword already brandished, still bloodied, and with one fell swoop against the passed out guy on the ground, you sever head from body. Green blood spills out, and as the head rolls and the body remains still, the body kind of shimmers, and the shape that it takes is it's kind of a featureless, bland face with green reptilian eyes. No mouth, and it has like slit nostrils, and its body again is pretty pale, but hints of scales throughout it. And I want you to take you three that are awake. I want you to take intelligence tests.
Okay.
To see if you recognize what this is.
Okay. Let's see. 2d6.
So I look at my intelligence. I have no extra modifiers, so I just roll
2d6?
Just straight up 2d6, yeah.
2d6. Okay.
Just need someone to succeed.
Probably Rachel with their +3.
No.
Nope. It's up to Rachel. Jesus.
What?
Dirt?
I
Two
guess
fails.
we've all been.
Barnacle looks at this and vaguely remembers that basically all I'll give you is that you know this to be some kind of agent connected to the draconian kind of race, the forces of the dragons. And you can say something or not if you want about that.
That's what Rachel's learns?
Can we spout lore? No.
That's up to Jeff.
Well, we already kind of tested to see what you know about it. You got
Yeah,
a part.
no, I don't know.
It's kind of. You just know that, and I guess you share this, that it's just some form of an agent related to the dragons. So some time passes, I guess. Maybe you guys slap the faces or sprinkle water on your party. I don't know.
Can I search the body?
Yeah, go ahead. So you're gonna
Can I use
go
my
ahead.
spell books?
Gonna go ahead and search the body here,
What would you like
guys.
to
See
do
if we
with
can
the
find
spellbook?
anything on him that maybe give us a little better clue of what
Well-
this thing is.
Okay. That's up. Jeff, which one do you want to handle first? Because
Oh,
one of
go
them
ahead.
I have an answer for. For Scott's thing, I have no idea how you want to handle that.
You're looking for identity on it.
Just to find, like, maybe he's carrying something. Like literally, like I'm. Maybe he's got money. Maybe he's got weapons. Like, just looking for shit on his body.
So all you find is a piece of paper with everyone's name written on it, minus Corwin and minus Spec Person, but it's you got your guys' name on it. You find a handful of gold, so 2d6. You find 7 gold.
Okay.
He had a dagger, so do you take the dagger?
Yeah, we'll take the dagger for sure.
Sure. Other than that, he's bare. When his shape took back normal form, it's like a nondescript brownish, kind of like a monk's robe, if you will. But that's it.
Can I
the other
consult
guys,
my books?
Go ahead. Yeah. What do you want to consult for?
I want to.
What he is.
Yeah, against the people and species of Megotown.
Okay. So let's just, for the purpose of the one shot, let's just say you have info on everyone that's in the area, or what, you have racial information. You're going to know this to be a doppelgänger, which is a, like, agent. It's in my world, a shape-shifting agent that seems to be usually employed by the dragons.
Okay.
Okay, so then everyone starts waking up, or go ahead.
No, I wonder aloud what the dragons have to do with the necromancers.
Well, I mean, obviously they knew somewhere along the way that we were coming hunting, or we were in the area, because this list of paper has all our names on it, and it's before we bumped into our buddy Spec and Rod's new boyfriend. So, like, they're on to us basically. So we really have to watch our shit. Maybe Token, you can lay off the pipe a little bit from now on, kind of keep a little steady hand, maybe.
Yeah, I kind of like let out a cough or two. I'm just like, yeah, it is. Is Rod awake? Did anyone wake him up?
Can we just leave him? You guys cool with just like leaving them over there? I mean, let's wake Spec Guy up because he needs to help us. But like, let's leave the lovebirds just in the mud. Maybe he'll bleed out. I don't know. Am I a bad brother?
So do you guys start waking people up at all or anything?
I go wake up Spec. And
All right, so
I take
go ahead.
Rod's hand.
I have a
and put it
burning
on his
desire to
girlfriend's.
pee on Rod, but I think better of it.
I asked Scott to hold on a minute, and I lean in now that Rod is holding still and try and get a better look at what exactly happened on his face. And I'm wondering if any of my antitoxins or healing potions are going to help him out.
It looks like a searing burn on exactly half his face, just down the middle of his face. It's 3rd-degree burns, but it looks like it's also been, healed over, so it's scarring as opposed to like blistery, pussy wound. It's just scarred, burned face.
So there's nothing I can do for him with my potions.
Unless you have something that I don't know about.
No, no. Just the basics.
Yeah, I don't think healing potions work like that in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you could like get his face back to normal.
It's okay. He's beautiful as he is. I can
You
clearly
do notice his
understand
broken
recovery.
nose, by the way. Like he's got a pug face at this point in time, his smashed up nose. So if you want to do something about that,
I touch his nose with the toe of my boot to try and wake him up, and I think he jolts awake in pain.
yes. Rod?
I'm a doctor. I was checking. You're all right.
I wake up wondering why I did not fall on my friends. Taking my hand, seeing blood all over it, knowing that my face was messed up before, and that now my nose is broken. The first thing I could think of after hearing, while I was waking up in this daze of such a gruesome description of my face, is there anywhere to sell merchandise in this land? Because I feel like having this half a face burnt off, 2-face type of thing going on might be popular with the common people here in this world, and I feel like I could benefit from my half-burnt face.
So you said you're thinking this?
I would like to know if I could sell some merchandise.
Do you wake up, your nose is broken,
Yes.
your face is burnt, and the first thing you say is, "Can I sell merchandise in the area?"
Yes.
All right, Barnacle, you're the closest to him. You just touched his nose with your boot. What do you say to this?
I lean forward and I try and look in his eyes and see, is he all there? And I sort of discount what he said and look at the rest of you guys and say, guys, he's not all mentally there. Rod is not okay. We got to do something to help him out.
How are you guys going to help me? You can't help me. Look at me.
You're still alive.
Look at my
That's all the help you're
face.
gonna get from me.
I walk over to Rod Breslau and hand him the rest of the pipe weed that I haven't smoked and say, "This will help with the pain." And hand it to him.
It really does help with the pain.
And I'm just
It
like,
always does.
we don't have time to go find a merchant right now, friend. But wait, you're not. I didn't say friend. Discount that. Say we don't have time to go find a merchant right now. We have to go. We gotta go follow this weird warrior over to the tower. But afterwards, I'll make sure that we go there just for you and your silly god.
I believe you. Fully.
All right, so eventually you guys have this extremely weird conversation. Spec Person the Third jolts upright. Spec Person the Third! And he wakes up and says, "I have no recollection of what happened. What in Sam hell happened?"
I say, well, our friend here actually, that we were surrounded by like 10 people, and this guy, and I point to Scudicus, I was like, he took him out all by himself. I believe you owe him your life, but we should probably keep moving on. Who knows what else can attack us here?
He walks over to Scudicus, looks you up and down, and says, "Spec Person the Third respects you for a strong arm, a good sword, and a strong warrior. You're a good man, Scudicus. I respect you."
Thank you,
And then
Spec.
he makes his way... Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Spec. I cannot take all the credit, though. I obviously killed him, but without Barnacle's sleep spell, he would have escaped, and we wouldn't have been able to actually kill him. We did, Spec Person the Third, just so you know, we found a note of paper on his person that listed all 4 of our names. Your name wasn't on it, and Religious Nuts' boyfriend wasn't on it. But So someone knows we're here. Someone knows what we're up to. Have you spoken to anyone about us? What, did you seek us out? How did you know we were in the tavern? I'm a little concerned that our name is on a piece of paper.
Spec Person the Third recognizes that's probably a very good assessment. No, I have not spoken of your names to anyone other than my gods. However, you guys made quite big waves coming in here, and people as well armed and as powerful as you in a town like this draws a lot of attention. Necromancer could be behind this, but I don't know. And he kind of makes his way over and investigates the body and sees the head and recognizes and knows that this is a doppelganger and says, yeah, Spec Person the Third recognizes this as a doppelganger. Sure as day. It's one of their spy agents. We should hurry this along. Let's wake up that altar boy over there and let's make our way there. And he kind of kicks Corwin Tannenbacher with his boot. And he wakes up and says, Warrior Jesus. He just kind of like, ugh. And he's like, God, what happened? I thought I just took a nap again. Why?
Rod Breslau was trying to take... he was trying to have his way with you. We made sure that didn't happen, though.
My God. Rod, you don't have to... You know our connection.
I know. I believe you. I feel it every day. I would never do that.
He makes the sign of the cross and looks up to the heavens and nods a little bit and says, yes, I will. All right. And then you guys kind of pick yourselves up and Spec Person the Third looks over at Rod and again kind of goes, oh, God, Spec Person the Third! And looks at you and says, son, your nose, it's been smashed to shit. And he says, with all my time in the warfield, I can help you out. And he walks over and he is going to... he makes a reach for your face. What do you do, Rod? Do you accept it? Do you deny it? What do you do?
I accept it so much that I push my face towards his hand as it reaches out towards my
breaking
face.
his nose once again.
I assume it's not like a headbutt action, so it's fine. He recalibrates, not having to jam his hand in your face, and he quickly, knowing that a large amount of pain is going to happen, resets your nose, and then quickly reaches into his pouch and pulls out a handkerchief and wipes your face, spits on it a little bit, and wipes it a little bit more and cleans you up and says, and then he leans in closely and says, Spec Person the Third will protect you, son. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about it at all.
Thank you, Spec Person the Third.
Then he pulls back.
I will follow you along like Coron follows me.
And says, let's make our way to Old Man McDiddabut's tower up there. That's certainly where this journey begins. But before we do, there's one more person I'm going to consult about these... I expected the necromancer, but dragons here, that's strange. I don't understand. So there's a shaman in town. His name's Chief Moon That Walks. We're going to give him a talk and ask him about this mission that we're about to embark on.
Great. Yeah, let's go meet this guy.
So conveniently enough, Chief Moon That Walks resides in a hut that is actually near Old Man McDirtybutt's tower. So you guys make your way over there.
Sure.
And you're walking there. Nothing really bad happens. People are kind of witnessing you from afar, watching. They see you with the knight. They see Corwin carrying Rod's cape behind him, and every once in a while making a reverent gesture and a nod and kind of clasping his hands and shaking him to the heavens. And as you guys make your way over there, you find what looks to be kind of a leather cone-ish shaped hut, and there's smoke coming out of a hole in the top of it. And Spec Person the Third sees a hollowed log that he knows, and I guess you guys learned by proxy, is a doorbell of sorts. And he takes out a stick and he knocks on it, and it goes... Okay. And from inside the leather hut, a flap opens, and a very lavishly dressed, tanned man with black hair tied in a ponytail behind him, with a single feather coming out of his hair, comes walking out. And he says, Spec Person the Third, I welcome you into my home. Spec Person the Third accepts your greeting. Hello, friend. How are you? And they kind of shake hands and meet each other. And they talk for a little bit. And, do any of you guys want to interject or ask anything? Or
I'm listening to see what Chief Moon That Walks says about the dragon kin, or whatever they were. The lizard man.
Spec Person the Third asked him asked him about. It's so weird talking to yourself. Anyways,
It's really weird.
Yeah, he's like, Spec Person the Third found a doppelganger, and we know them to be agents of the dragons. So we're here about the necromancer, but lo and behold, there's also dragons. What say you? The dragon people have aligned themselves.
God damn, it's hard to be tough. Sorry.
In allegiance with the necromancer. As we all know, those who control the dead deserve to be burned by the fires of the Earthen Mother. Go carefully, for you face both dragons and the undead. And then he looks at Token and sees kind of a kindred spirit with him and says, "Hold on, I have just the thing." And he goes inside of his tent and he comes out. And he comes out with a extremely large pipe, a gigantic pipe.
Oh, yeah. I smiled rim to rim.
And you recognize this as a
Beaming.
two-person pipe where both people are on either side.
Yeah.
And they puff to a singular kind of heat source in the middle.
Yeah.
And he nods and he offers you the pipe, one end of it.